Hello everyone, this is Jennie with Absolutely Handmade. This week I had an amazing opportunity after I had some sample paints sent to me from a new company here in the United States, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of our favorite fusion paint against that new paint. So let's jump right in and get to it. Hey guys, so today we are going to compare a new paint. You guys know we did this a couple months back. We compared Fusion and Paint Couture, went through all of that. If you have any questions about those two paint brands, then hop back in my channel and you can go back and find that comparison from a couple months ago. You guys know I'm an avid Fusion user. This one I love. It is a paint, a primer, a top coat, and the top coat is rated for UV, so outside, exterior is fine. However, if you've been paying attention to your Fusion stockist, you've noticed a lot of us are low on stock, having trouble getting some stock. If you follow the news at all, you know there's a border strike going on in Canada. This product does come from Canada, so it's getting very difficult for us to get it over the border. I've got 7 boxes that have been shipped out for, it's been 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, somewhere around there, 2 to 3 weeks, and 5 out of 7 of them have gone missing. So I have an investigation pending with UPS to try to get my products in stock. I actually have reached out to a couple of you because you were waiting on some paint and it's not here. So a couple of months ago, I had another paint company reach out to me, and it was Melange. And I've heard of Melange from other furniture refinishers. They don't have a ton of color options like Paint Couture. They have a ton of paints, don't get me wrong. They have, I think it's 88 colors or something like that. So I think as much or not, if not more than Fusion. And they do like seasonal, like right now they have an October and a September, and I have those coming. They'll be here tomorrow, and I'll have those. They're gonna be on my website, which you guys, I'm gonna drop the website link down in the description box so that you can pop on and order paints, transfers, molds, paint inlays, stencils, or not stencils, sorry, stamps. It's all there. So everything that you guys see me use on the channel is in the shop-ah.com website. Again, linked in the description box. But this company is based out of Texas, so it removes the aspect of having the cross-the-border situation going on. Their ship time's pretty fast. I mean, I ordered Sunday last week, and the paint's going to be here tomorrow and Friday. So it's been 5 days, 6 days since I ordered, and that was a weekend. So I'm going to give them a little grace on that one. They got it Monday. It's coming. It'll be in my hands on Friday. So I want to at least consider this paint, and I want you guys to consider it too. It's got a very similar price point to Fusion, and honestly it has more options because it comes in an 8 ounce. This is the 16 ounce, but there is an 8 ounce version. So this is essentially the 16 ounce for Fusion, a pint basically for each. But if you don't need this much, then Melange may be a good option for you, especially if you're looking for basic colors like blacks and whites, greens, navy blues. There's a couple of reds. I will I'll try and find a, I'm doing this video kind of on the fly because I wanted to talk to you guys about the paint, but I'll try and find like a color chart. If I can't, I'll have it all on the website as soon as possible. It takes a minute to get products downloaded or uploaded onto the website, so give me some grace, especially with wedding activities next week. But I wanted to at least go ahead or I guess it would be this week when I post the video. This is for the wedding week. I'm videoing ahead of time. We have family coming in town, so lots of activities. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys this paint and I want to do a comparison. Okay, so Melange paint also paint, primer, and top coat in one. And this one is rated for UV or exterior paint as well. So unlike Paint Couture, which is also a US product that comes from the East Coast, this one can be used on furniture or doors or things like that that are going to be outside. So now, you know, truth be told, it's paint. You can use it for regular old crafts. I think the price point is amazing considering you only have one step, and that's just to paint this paint. You guys know I'm a 2-coat girl, so I'm going to paint it 2 coats regardless. But some of these you may be able to get a 1-coat coverage done. I know the whites, pretty much any white that you use is going to take multiple coats. The blacks, the darker colors, it may be, you know, a lot quicker. But I wanted to show you one for one. Coal black is noted to be the blackest black that Fusion sells. Jet black is next to the blackest. This is one they sent me as a sample. They actually reached out to me because of YouTube and because of some of my product comparisons in the past, and I really appreciate them doing that. So if Melange, if you're watching this, I want to thank you guys for the samples. Okay, sorry guys, my headset came disconnected with the microphone. Okay, so again, blackest of blacks. This is jet black. There's one more that's meant that this used to be their blackest black. Let's start with that. And I don't know if you can see it in my camera. You're gonna see it on the sample board here in just a minute, but they are very similar. They have another one now called New York black, and that is now said to be their blackest black. So if you want the blackest black, then you'll want to do New York black. Jet black comes in a close second. So we're going to compare these two today, and we're going to do a similar comparison to what we did a couple months ago. We're going to paint it on, do 1 coat, kind of see what it looks like on this birch wood blank that I have, and then we will do a scratch test and a wet test and just kind of go from there to see how it distresses. And then I'd like to come back and check in on this in the 20 to 30 days they say it takes for it to set up, and see how it does then. So let's get started. Again, I always shake up my paints, you guys, because you never know if anything is settling. It's just not going to work correctly if it's not been mixed up. Now I will also say, and this is just coming from someone who's suffering from arthritis currently in my hands, that's getting worse. This one is way easier to open than this one. Love my Fusion, but when this thing seals and there's any paint left in this rim at all, which I'm notorious for closing my paints up and forgetting to wipe the rims off, it's almost impossible to open. Like, I have to go get my 6'4", 275 plus pound husband to help me open it up. Or I have to heat it, or, whatever the situation may be. So, and I do have my, my big floodlights on each side, so we've got light filtering in from both directions. I don't use a ring light because I don't like the, see guys, I can't even get it open. Hang on, let me turn the hairdryer on and see if I can get it to warm up enough it'll open. So this is one perk. Of course, I've not really used that one. It does have some paint on the rim though, and it opened up just fine. So something to be said about that for sure if you struggle with getting your paint jars open. Okay, let's try again. I may have to go take it. Oh, nope, there it goes. Sorry, my husband's in a meeting, so I can't just call him in here today. Okay, so pretty much hard to tell on the camera, but very similar blacks. Okay, so again, Melange one paint and the Fusion paint comes from Texas. So if you want a US-based paint, and that's a factor for you when you're making some of your purchasing choices, then Melange is a good option. Let's paint kind of all the way up to the center so that we can see them side by side. And we'll dry this one before we put Fusion on. Okay, so 1 coat. You guys see how good that coverage is. I haven't even used this paint, so we are trying this out together for the first time. I've been putting it off. Oh, there you go. Now you can really see the coverage. Look at that. There's no spots. Y'all saw how much I painted. I barely put anything on there. Let's dry it off, and then we'll run the Fusion right up against it. Oh, it's a very rich, highly pigmented black. This is beautiful. Okay, just want to dry it down really good. I'm going to kind of put it on thick right here, so I'm trying to get it cleared up. Okay, so that's one coat. There's still a wet spot right here, but you can see it dried down really well. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but that's okay. So does Fusion. That little bit of a shine you're seeing is the paint being dry, not being wet. It's actually dried down completely. Okay, so now let's put the Fusion on next to it and see how this does. Okay, so just putting it on. Of course, y'all know I love my Fusion paint. It's going on very similar. One coat, very dark, highly pigmented. You guys know that about Fusion. Fusion is still going to be one of my favorite paints, guys. That's not going to change. I'm not going to stop carrying it. I'm just trying to find another option within the US to make sure you guys are taken care of, because it's important to me. So you guys have become great followers and you've been very loyal to the channel, and I just want to make sure that I return the favor and take good care of you too. So the relationship goes both ways. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching. The channel's growing leaps and bounds every time I post a video. I can't believe it. It's a dream come true of mine just to be on YouTube and have everybody, you know, love what I'm doing, and I have to keep coming back and watching it again. Okay, honestly, very similar. See where I crossed them over? You can kind of see where they're, that line where they're crossed over. You really can't tell a difference, can you? Very little difference in the two. Okay, so that's the two side by side, and honestly, this one has less shine than this one, which kind of surprises me. Hang on. This one has less shine than this one, which surprises me. Okay, so, sorry, I had a phone call come in and it cut my recording off. I really feel like this is the deeper black. Looking at this in real life, the Melange Jet Black is a tad darker than the Fusion, and it's got less sheen to it. See how it's kind of like streaky sheen? It's not shiny like the Fusion is. So if you're looking for something that's got more of a matte finish, you may want to consider this Jet Black Melange. I really like it, guys. Like I said, I'm experiencing this for the first time with you guys, so I haven't tried them yet. I do want to do like a quick sand test on it. We're not going to make this video super long. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an introduction to the Melange paints because they are coming in. They'll be in stock, and I will be carrying them. They're easier to get, so if there's something you need, let me know if I don't already have it. Always reach out to me. You guys can reach out at absolutelyhandmade@gmail.com anytime. I'll make sure my email is in the link as well. If you're local to Phoenix, these products are also going to be in the booths at Brass Armadillo, and I did get a different booth. So I did have one on the 300 row, and I have moved. I actually got a huge 16x6 booth, which is what I've needed for this whole time. I still have booth 417, so if you come in and you've gone to the one like right past the glass cases, that one's still there on the right hand side of the store. But now I have one in the very last row on the left hand side in the back of the store, 820. So 820 is going to have paint products more so than 417 will. And we're going to be able to put more furniture. I've got big stuff in my garage that needs to go somewhere. So I needed a bigger booth. I've needed one for a long time. I also, while my dad is in town for wedding activities, I'm going to have him help me start up the CNC. I have it completely ready to go. I have some files ready to go. I just need somebody to kind of push me to turn it on. So he's coming in today, and we will be experimenting with that machine hopefully in the next week while we are prepping for the wedding. We don't really have wedding activities until Wednesday of next week, other than some drop-off stuff this weekend. So hopefully we'll be doing okay. And everything in Phoenix is blooming. We've had a ton of rain. All the plants are blooming. So now I have this nice gunky coffee thing going on. And sniffs. The sniffs are fun. The plants are blooming, and that's setting my allergies completely off. So real fun. Okay, so here we're gonna go. We're gonna scratch. This is just a 220. And you can see that does scratch. So if you want to distress, you can distress this paint pretty easily. If I wiped a wet rag over it, it'd be amazing. Oh my goodness, it's super smooth now that it's been sanded. That's good to know for furniture too. So if you're a furniture refinisher, this is fine. It doesn't feel bad at all. The grain is definitely raised in the wood, but once you sand it, the finish is amazing. It's like buttery soft. And all it is just the paint, the primer that is built in, the paint, and the top coat that's built in. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, so for Fusion, you guys have seen me use Fusion. It's a little harder to sand through, and I know that because I've done it before. So if you're wanting to distress, it may be a little bit harder. So if you're using it for like a craft paint situation and not furniture, this may not be ideal for you. You can see you can do it. It also makes a heck of a mess, which this one didn't really do so much. There's not as much powder left behind. And it's honestly got kind of a sticky feel to it. It's not as soft. I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of tacky feeling. And that may be because, well, I mean, I painted them kind of at the same time. I mean, they were, what, seconds apart? So it's not really the dry time. I think it's just the way the paint feels. So it's making my fingers a little sticky. So anyways, something to note. And again, just it's making a little bit of a mess, which is not a big deal. We make messes with the craft paints a lot. This one just sanded a little cleaner. Didn't leave quite as big of a mess. Okay, so we got all that done. Let's wipe that off, just so we don't have the dust and stuff all in the way. Plus I wanna just clean it up. Give it a good quick wipe. Make sure everything's back to that true black again. Let it dry down. You can see where I sanded for sure. And it still is a little, like it's catching my finger as I run it across. It's not nearly as satiny feeling as this is. This is not catching my finger at all. So I don't know if you can hear me over the hairdryer, but this one is sliding. And you can actually hear that one, whereas this one's sliding. Okay, so we've done that one. Now let's do like a scrub test, basically. We're just gonna like scrub it with a baby wipe and see what happens. You can hear it being pretty vigorous. Very little is coming off, and it's not leaving much of a mark at all. Down here where it's a little thinner, but up here where I made sure the coat was really good, there's barely any paint removed. Now for Fusion, again, you can hear that squeaky noise where we're trying to make sure we're rubbing really vigorously, and there's very little paint taken off too. So actually a little less. This one's got very little paint taken off, that one's got a little more, but it's not a ridiculous amount of paint. So either one, they're both fine. Okay, trying to think of what else we can try on these. Let me do some still wool. Give me a second, let me grab some other paint on it, just see how that does. This one I have to be a little more careful with because I don't want to slice my finger. Now the still wool is making a mess, but not the paint. It's not really going through. It's making it slick. Not a lot on the still wool. This one, it still seems like it's grabbing. I don't know why it feels like I've never noticed that before, maybe because that's all I've ever used. But it's definitely like sticky feeling compared to this one. I don't know if that would go away with time. We may have to come back and check these in that 20 to 30 days when they get a chance to set. Okay, so we've tried the steel wool, we've tried the sandpaper, we've tried a wet wipe. I feel like that's kind of all we can do today. I should have probably just shaken this off over the sink. You guys are seeing the color comparison. These initial introductions to these paint colors, there's not a ton of stuff I can do because we need to let them set and soak. And we can test them out again, you know, or check them again when they're completely set in 20 to 30 days. But I wanted to at least let you guys know I was getting these. Melange is still a relatively new paint. They haven't been around but a couple of years. And I know a lot of furniture people like rave over them. A lot of crafters use them and really love them. And again, I'm not abandoning Fusion. Fusion is still a great paint. It's still a paint I plan to keep in stock. It's just harder to keep it in stock currently. That may change, but it is nice to have a backup so that if you are looking to do a project where you need a paint, a primer, and a top coat all in one that's rated for outdoor use, this gives you another option. And again, this one comes in 8 ounce as well. So I am going to carry the 1 ounce samples. I probably won't, it's not something I'm like going to restock for, but I'll keep them anytime I'm making, you know, place an order. I'll make sure I have sample jars of these as well. But I am going to try and keep at least the 8 ounce and the 16 ounce of their most popular colors in stock. And then if they take off the way I hope they do on Etsy and on my website and with you guys placing orders, things like that, then, you know, hopefully we can keep more in stock all the time. And another great thing is they actually will drop ship stuff for me. So if I don't have it in stock, I can have the 16, or they also carry a 32 ounce. I can have either one of those drop shipped directly to your doorstep from the distributor. Now I would ask for some grace and patience because I can't say that every time I order it's going to be a, you know, out the door in a day or two. It might take a couple days to a week to get them out to you, but that is an option. So if there's a color you need, I can get it to you relatively fast without necessarily having to have it on my shelf. So that's kind of a cool thing that, you know, I have that as an option. Paint Couture does that as well, but they have a fee that we have to pay in order to do it. So I can only do that on the larger size paints. The smaller sizes, it's not monetarily worth it. Like I actually lose money if I do the smaller sizes. It's not even about making money at that point. It's just, you know, barely covering my expenses. And on the small jars, it's more expensive for me to ship it to you from them than, you know, for me to like order it and then ship it out. Anyways, logistics. So again, this is Melange. It's one paint. And this is the jet black. If you want a darker black or a more true black, they're saying that the New York is going to be the more true black. So we may, once I get my samples in, we may have to test out some of the different blacks and actually see which one we think is the darkest one and the best option for those of you looking for like a true black. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to show y'all, like I said, show you Melange and introduce you to it, let you know that I'm going to start carrying it. It will be at Brass. It's going to be on the website. I'll drop ship. It's a very flexible option for me to get in your hands. So if you need anything, check the description box below. I've got all the links listed. And thank you guys for your continued support. I really appreciate all the likes, shares, the comments. I'm really enjoying talking to you guys. I've gotten to know quite a few of your names and not your faces because I can't see you, but your names on the screen. I've kind of started to get a feel for your personalities sometimes on some of the comments. Some of you guys are truly just fun people to get messages from, and I really enjoy it. I love the way you guys kind of had my back with the comments somebody made about my voice. That was super sweet. I really appreciate it. Not that I was looking for props, but it was amazing to get that from my tribe. But anyways, this is where we're at right now, guys. Fusion, Melange. We're going to give Melange a try and see what we think about it. Get ready to start placing your orders, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share this video out. I'm sure somebody is interested in the new paint. Subscribe, and be sure and tap the bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. See you next time, guys. Bye.